Welcome to the Litany of Catholic Martyrs for May 6th. As Catholics, we are assured of a constant thread of over 2,000 years of tradition and moral teaching. Within this thread are those who have sacrificed their lives through the shedding of their blood for the faith and Holy Mother Church. So on this day we remember these martyrs, and whom through their sacrifice have aided in the growth and stability of the Holy Catholic Church. As the Catholic Catechism number 2473 says, martyrdom is a supreme witness given to the truth of the faith. It means bearing witness even unto death. The martyr bears witness to Christ who died and rose, to whom he is united by charity. He bears witness to the truth of the faith and of Christian doctrine. He endures death through an act of fortitude. Quote, "Let me become the food of the beasts, through whom it will be given me to reach God," unquote. So in union with that, I offer this story from the great Bishop Fulton Sheen, as he explains. He explained that when the communists took over China, they imprisoned a priest in his own rectory near the church. After being locked up in his own house, the priest looked out the window and was horrified to see the communists enter the church. Once inside, they went into the sanctuary, broke open the tabernacle, and in a hateful act of desecration threw down the ciboria, scattered the host on the floor. The priest knew exactly how many hosts had been in the ciborium, and there were 32. When the communists left, they either did not notice or they didn't pay any attention to a small girl praying in the back of the church who saw everything. That night she returned, and slipping past the guard at the rectory, she entered the church where she made a holy hour. It was perhaps for reparation for the desecration she witnessed of the Blessed Sacrament. After her holy hour, she went into the sanctuary, and kneeling down on her knees, she bent over and received Jesus in the Holy Communion with her tongue only, since it was not permissible at the time for laymen to touch the sacred host with their hands. We should go back to that. Each night, the girl returned to the church to make her holy hour and received Jesus in Holy Communion in the same manner on her tongue as she did the very first night. On the 32nd night, after having consumed the very last host, she accidentally made a noise that awoke the guard, who was asleep at his post by the priest's residence. From his bedroom window, the priest could only watch in horror as the heart-rending scene unfolded before his eyes. The girl tried to run away, but the guard caught up with her and beat her to death with the butt of his rifle. God bless her. So in union with that great act of sacrifice, this is the following is a list of those the Church asks us to remember. At Rome, the feast of St. John before the Latin Gate, being bound and brought to Rome from Ephesus by the order of Domitian, he was condemned by the Senate to be cast near the said gate into a vessel of boiling oil, from which he came out more healthy and vigorous than before. At Antioch, Saint Evodius, who, as the blessed Ignatius wrote to the people of Antioch, was consecrated first bishop of that city by the apostle St. Peter, and ended his life by a glorious martyrdom. At Cyrene, St. Lucius, bishop, who was mentioned by St. Luke in the Acts of the Apostles. In Africa, the holy martyrs Heliodorus and Venustus, with 75 others. In Cyprus, Saint Theodotus, bishop of Cyrenia, who, having undergone grievous afflictions under the Emperor Licinius, at length yielded his soul to God when peace was restored to the Church. At Damascus, the birthday of the blessed John Damascene, renowned for sanctity and learning, who by both the written and the spoken word courageously resisted Leo the Isaurian in defending the worship paid to sacred images. By order of this emperor, his right hand was cut off, but commending himself to an image of the Blessed Virgin Mary which he had defended, his hand was immediately restored to him entire and sound. At Karahay in Mesopotamia, St. Protogenes, bishop. In England, St. Eadbert, bishop of Lindisfarne, eminent for doctrine and piety. At Rome, St. Benedicta, virgin. And at Salerno, the transition of St. Matthew the Apostle, his sacred body previously transferred from Ethiopia to various countries, was finally taken to Salerno, and there with great pomp placed in a church dedicated under his invocation. These are the men and women we honor today and remember today in our thoughts, words, and deeds, for their great sacrifice for the church, for the love of the church, for the love of Jesus, and ultimately for the love of us, because through their blood grows the church. As you go through your day today, somebody cuts you off, somebody does something you don't like or says something you don't like, remember these men and women and act more like them. God bless you. Thank you all for listening. Have a good day.